Before you scroll, hear this, because it's the kind of story Americans and Brits both whisper about when power, pride, and unexpected love collide. A billionaire feared, a staff hated, a single dad underestimated, and one accidental kiss that shook an entire mansion. If you love shocking twists, underdog victories, courtroom-level drama, and billionaire secrets getting exposed, then hit subscribe right now, because the story you're about to read is one you will not forget. In the cold morning air rolling off the billionaire Evelyn Sterling's cliffside mansion, every helper, cleaner, gardener, cook, and driver moved with quiet dread, because everyone knew one thing. Evelyn hated all helpers, all staff, all service workers, believing they slowed her down, dimmed her shine, cluttered her perfection, and the fear she instilled in them was enough to silence complaints before they formed, except for one new helper she had never met yet. A single dad named Noah Hale, a tall, calm man with tired eyes and calloused hands, carrying the weight of raising a 9-year-old daughter, Emily, who suffered from nighttime terrors since losing her mother, and who took the job at Sterling Manor because the pay could finally get her into a therapy program he couldn't previously afford. And so, when Noah entered the mansion on his first day, the staff whispered to him with warning looks, "Keep your head down, don't speak unless spoken to, and don't ever look the billionaire directly in the eyes." But Noah, gentle yet unshakably grounded, simply nodded, knowing fear couldn't feed his daughter. While in the towering glass office upstairs, Evelyn, dressed in a razor-sharp suit and reputation equally sharp, glanced through Noah's file, scoffing at the note that he was a single father. "Helpers always have stories," she muttered coldly, unaware that this particular helper was about to undo 20 years of her iron control. And when Noah first crossed paths with her in the hallway, carrying a tray to the conference room, Evelyn paused, giving him that icy billionaire stare every helper feared, the one that said, "You are beneath me," but Noah simply nodded respectfully and continued walking, not shrinking or trembling, and the tiny act of grounded respect, neither fear nor arrogance, irritated her more than any mistake could have. Later, as meetings piled, Evelyn lashed out repeatedly at the staff, accusing the head cook of oversalting her dish, the gardener of trimming the roses unevenly, the driver of breathing too loudly, and each time the staff sank deeper into dread, until eventually Noah found the housemaid Marla crying quietly in the pantry, startled when he walked in, apologizing for being emotional around the new guy. But Noah simply handed her a clean cloth and said gently, "Everyone deserves respect," which would have been harmless if not overheard by Evelyn herself from around the corner, and instead of firing him instantly, which was her style, she froze, because she recognized something in his tone she hadn't heard in years. Conviction, the kind that irritated her because it made her feel things she crushed long ago. Later that afternoon, a crisis erupted when Evelyn's investment report glitched before a live interview, and she snapped at the entire tech support team until one nearly quit. But Noah calmly stepped in, repaired a loose cable, rebooted the system, and had the report running in under a minute, leaving Evelyn speechless as the interviewer called her name, giving her no time to scold him, which infuriated her even more because she felt, for the first time, grateful to a helper. And that night, while the staff whispered that Noah would surely be fired tomorrow, Evelyn instead stayed awake replaying his calm eyes in her mind, wondering why she cared, while Noah just kissed his sleeping daughter's forehead and prayed tomorrow would simply be quiet, never imagining how violently everything would twist next when Evelyn's estranged sister arrived, accusing Evelyn of hiding a secret that would shake the mansion's foundations. The next morning erupted not in routine dread but in explosive confrontation as Evelyn's sister, Caroline Sterling, stormed into the mansion shouting accusations about forged documents, unpaid debts, and a missing heirloom tied to their late mother's fortune, sending staff scattering like startled birds until only Noah remained in the hallway holding a basket of fresh linens, listening in silence as Caroline claimed Evelyn had driven away every family member with her ruthless obsession for perfection, and Evelyn countered with icy calm that Caroline was a liar addicted to drama. But something trembled in Evelyn's voice, a crack Noah noticed instantly, though he kept respectfully distant. Moments later, in the kitchen, the staff buzzed with rumors that Caroline might expose a secret that could destroy Evelyn's empire, while Noah simply folded napkins and minded his work. Yet fate pulled him deeper when Evelyn called him upstairs, not to scold him, but to command, "Take my sister to the guest wing and do not let her bother me again," a task Noah silently obeyed until Caroline, once alone with him, whispered, "You're new, that means you're not afraid yet. Be careful, Evelyn ruins everyone who helps her," and though Noah brushed it off politely, he felt an uneasy sting crawl up his spine. Later, when Caroline collapsed from exhaustion and Noah gently helped her stand, Emily, who had been waiting quietly in the staff lounge, saw from afar and worried he would be fired for touching a Sterling, But instead, Evelyn unexpectedly walked in and froze as she saw Noah steadying her sister, and a strange pang of jealousy, no, something deeper, something unbidden, lit across her chest, making her snap, "You can go," even though he had done nothing wrong, and when Noah simply replied, she fainted. "I just helped." Evelyn turned away sharply, confused by the warmth under her ribs. But the true twist came that evening when paparazzi drones swarmed the mansion after someone leaked Evelyn's financial report hack, threatening to ruin her reputation before tomorrow's shareholder summit, and the mansion spiraled into chaos as staff ran to close blinds, silence alarms, hide vehicles, until Evelyn lost control and screamed at everyone, "Useless, all of you," which finally made Emily, the single dad's shy daughter, peek out from behind a pillar, frightened by the billionaire's voice, catching Evelyn's attention mid-rage. And for the first time in years, Evelyn's voice faltered as she locked eyes with a terrified child, her anger deflating just enough for guilt to flicker through her guarded heart. Minutes later, when Evelyn retreated to her wine cellar shaking, it was Noah who found her sitting alone on the stairs, breathing hard, and though he tried to walk away to give her space, Evelyn surprised him by whispering, "Why didn't you flinch when I yelled earlier?" And he answered quietly, "Because yelling doesn't scare me. Losing myself does," a sentence that hit Evelyn like emotional lightning, forcing her to swallow memories of her childhood, her mother's harsh expectations, and the reason she distrusted every helper, trauma Noah knew nothing about. But before she could respond, a security alarm blared upstairs as Caroline attempted to sneak into their mother's old study, and when Evelyn stormed up to stop her, Caroline shouted loud enough for Noah and the staff to hear, "Tell everyone the truth, that you destroyed Mom's last letter and kept her final instructions for yourself," causing Evelyn to freeze and every helper in the mansion to gasp, especially Noah, who suddenly realized the billionaire they all feared might be hiding wounds deeper than her cruelty. The night spiraled into emotional chaos until Evelyn dismissed everyone coldly, but as Noah turned to leave, she stopped him, stepped forward slowly, eyes soft for the first time, and, in a moment she didn't understand herself, pressed a gentle kiss to his cheek, leaving the entire staff who witnessed it stunned into complete silence. The kiss, light as a breath yet powerful enough to break 20 years of her emotional armor, stunned Noah so much he didn't move at first, and Evelyn, realizing what she'd done, stepped back with a rare flush painting her cheeks, ordering stiffly, "Forget that happened," but every helper in the hallway had seen it, and rumor wildfire spread through the mansion. The billionaire who hated all helpers kissed the new single dad, causing chaos in the staff rooms, envy in the gardeners, disbelief in the maids, and panic in Evelyn herself, who spent the entire night pacing, replaying the moment like a forbidden secret. Noah, meanwhile, tried to dismiss it as stress, misjudgment, emotional overflow, but the warmth of her lips lingered against his skin, haunting him as he tucked Emily into bed. Yet the real disaster struck the next morning when tabloids published drone footage of Noah escorting Caroline through the mansion, twisting it into a fabricated affair scandal that risked not only Evelyn's public image but her entire corporation's stability, forcing lawyers to flood the estate, shareholders to demand explanations, and reporters to camp outside the gates, prompting Evelyn to accuse Noah of betrayal, shouting, "You think I don't know you're after something? Helpers always are," which wounded Noah far deeper than her earlier outbursts, making him finally snap, "Some of us work because we have families to feed, not billionaires to manipulate," causing Evelyn to freeze as if slapped by truth. Moments later, when Emily overheard Evelyn yelling, she ran out crying, tugging at Noah's sleeve, and Evelyn's expression softened with realization. She wasn't just destroying her own walls, she was hurting a child. So she swallowed her pride and apologized, the two most difficult words of her life, stunning the entire staff. And when Noah nodded and said, "Then let's fix this," they began working together for the first time, uncovering that Caroline had leaked the footage not out of malice but desperation, believing Evelyn held their mother's letter containing instructions for a trust fund Caroline needed for her sick son, a fact that shattered Evelyn's arrogance instantly, making her confess she did hide the letter, not out of greed, but because the letter revealed their mother wanted Evelyn to learn vulnerability by depending on someone she trusted, and Evelyn never trusted anyone, until Noah. And in a powerful twist, when Noah finally opened the letter in Evelyn's trembling hands, it revealed the trust fund was meant not for Caroline, not for Evelyn, but for the first person in this family who chooses compassion over power, meaning the fortune would legally pass to whoever displayed integrity during the conflict, which had been Noah, the helper who stepped in to help Caroline, protect Emily, and speak truth without fear. The lawyers confirmed the stunning revelation, shocking Evelyn to her core, and instead of being angry, she laughed, truly laughed, for the first time in years, saying softly, "Of course it would be you," and as the mansion rebalanced from chaos into unexpected warmth, Evelyn walked toward Noah, the staff watching breathlessly from every corner, and whispered, "The First kiss was an accident, but this one isn't, before gently kissing him again, not on the cheek this time, but softly on the lips, sealing not just a twist of fate but the beginning of a new era for the billionaire who once hated all helpers, and the single dad who helped her learn how to be human again.